Target sighted. Okay. Uh-oh. He got Aquaman. Oh no, we'd better get ready. Okay, begin mission. Yes, sir. We won't lose.
You gotta love all those animations. As always, please remember that these videos do come with permission from Rowan Mithril. So, yeah, it's time for Tier 5.
Do androids dream of electric sheep?
Now's a good time to find out, because at number 60 is DWN-077, Sheepman from Mega Man 10. Sheepman's original purpose was, quite literally, to herd sheep. But he got bored of his job, and one day decided to switch to being a static tester at a circuit board manufacturer when he discovered that his wool could actually conduct static electricity. He was getting bored again and wanted to change jobs when he suddenly got infected with the Robo-Enza virus and took over the manufacturing company. Sheepman's stage is filled with a lot of electrical puzzles, including these special block puzzles, where when you step on one block, every adjacent block of the same color will actually disappear. There's also a lot of electric-based enemies, including these flying brain-like enemies. When they attach to certain consoles, they can actually produce machines, one of which produces a flying machine, and the other produces a turret. There's also one of those long hallways with the disappearing blocks, again over bottomless pits and instant death spikes, a light bulb mini-boss that can be surprisingly easy to deal with, and cursor enemies that can draw blocks to attack you with. As for Sheepman himself, he's a lot more dangerous than his appearance will suggest. He can split into 4 clouds, which launches Thunderwheel ability, which can send shockwaves across the floor. He'll also toss shockwaves when he's on the ground sometimes. He's also more durable than his appearance would suggest. Because of this, and the fact that the fight can drag out as a result of not being able to be hit by Mega Man, he gets the number 60 spot. At number 59 is DWN-061, Searchman from Mega Man 8. Searchman was created by Dr. Wily to be a 2-person sniper team and a single robot. The idea being if he had 2 heads, he would be a wiser and stronger robot master. Unfortunately, Dr. Wily forgot to put in 2 distinct personalities. As a result, Searchman keeps switching behind both of his heads so much, he can sometimes confuse himself. He was nonetheless sent off to take over the Congo after Dr. Wily got hold of some evil energy to power his robots. The entirety of the stage is set up much like a big game hunter, with an obstacle course that actually encourages use of both the Flame Sword and the Thunder Claw, but you don't exactly have to use them except in a few key locations. In addition, there are a lot of robots modeled after African animals, including rhinos that launch missiles from their horns and back, and gorillas that like to toss balls at you. Getting through the stage can be tricky, but once you get to Searchman, it can be very easy. He'll launch special mines and missiles at you normally. He can also hide behind bushes to target you with his trademark homing sniper, but it's surprisingly easy to avoid, so you might not see it. He also has an overdrive attack that will launch missiles at you like crazy. It's easy to dodge either way, but if you can get him in the middle, you can get behind him and deal some serious damage free of charge. This fight can still last a while because Searchman doesn't give you very many opportunities to attack, and he's very durable. We're in this battle at number 59. At number 58 is DWN-042, Centaur Man from Mega Man 6. Centaur Man is a Greek robot that worked in an old museum which was falling into disrepair. When he heard about the first annual Robot Master Tournament, he decided to enter himself in order to win the prize money in order to restore the museum where he worked. Unfortunately, he was captured and reprogrammed by Mr. X. And I know what all you Mega Man fan nerds are gonna say, but it's not Centaur Man, it's Centaur Woman, don't you ever read the manga, blah blah blah, no. For 2 specific reasons. 1, it's only in the manga when Centaur Man is revealed to actually be a woman, and 2, that manga was never canon to begin with. Getting back to the task at hand here, despite not being an aquatic robot master, Centaur Man stage is the game's obligatory water level, with swimming fish and instant death spikes all around the place. This stage also does a trip out where there's a section of the level where the water is actually on the ceiling and can, well, kinda trip you up and accidentally plunge you into those instant death spikes on the bottom there. And once again, we have a case where there are 2 boss doors. a real one which gives you beat parts, and a fake one which will only give you a weapon. To get to the real one, you have to use the jet adapter. As for the fight with Centaur Man, it can get pretty chaotic. Centaur Man can use his Centaur Flash to stop time and shoot at you, and can also teleport across the room unseen. Not to mention his shots actually impact against the wall and can split out into groups. His high durability and number of invincibility frames means that the fight can drag out, but he's not too difficult, putting him at the number 58 spot. At number 57 is DLN-066, Tornado Man from Mega Man 9. Tornado Man was created by Dr. Light and actually uses special equipment that can stave off tropical storms. He was stationed at a weather regulation facility, but was close to his expiration date and was due to be scrapped. And that's when Dr. Wily came and reprogrammed him for his own nefarious purposes. One of the things to watch out for in Tornado Man stage are these special gimmick blocks that can actually spin you around. So long as you're standing on them, you can't fall off. But if you accidentally jump when you're underneath it, you will plunge into the abyss. There are also a couple of interesting sections that actually regulate various forms of weather, including one section that has ice physics, and another with a severe thunderstorm that has wind that can push you back. The fight with Tornado Man can get pretty crazy. His tornado blow can actually increase your jumps and launch you into the death spikes. Plus, he can actually corner you and cause damage just by running into you. It's a chaotic fight that can be very unpredictable, putting Tornado Man at number 57. At number 56 is DLN-004, Gutsman from the original Mega Man and Mega Man Powered Up. Gutsman was created by Dr. Light to be a civil engineering robot used in construction projects and land reclamation. However, he was eventually stolen by Dr. Wily and reprogrammed to take over the world. Gutsman's stage may be short, but short does not mean easy. There's a lot of trouble spots like the familiar drop platforms.
Mega Man, there's a hole in the zipline that you...
No, shut up, I don't need you!
I hope Eagle Raptor forgives me for using that joke. Yeah. Anyway, back on task. There's also these annoying picket men with shields, and Big Eye. Self-explanatory. The fight with Gutsman can get really difficult. Unless you're in the air when he lands, you will stumble and it will cause you to be wide open for his powerful attacks. Yeah, those bricks can really do a ton of damage to you. His incredible strength and high durability means that the fight can last a while, putting him at number 56. But Gutsman is still a colossal ass. At number 55 is DWN-050, Junkman from Mega Man 7. Junkman was created by Dr. Wily using old robotic parts and metallic scrap pieces, and was programmed to search for robot parts that get used to build, well, more robots. Surprisingly, Junkman is highly resilient, and thus was utilized for combat purposes as well. As you'd expect of Junkman's stage, it has a lot of junk robots, including these cockroach robots that come out of special nests. This stage also has 2 elevators. Oh, come on now, they aren't that boring. They're actually filled with meds that drop down on helicopters and try and shoot at you, but they can only shoot once. This stage also has 2 paths, one of which you need the freeze cracker to explore. I couldn't find footage of the other one, sorry. Anyway, the one I did see leads down to a hallway filled with lava, which is instant death if you land on it. There's also a hallway full of these platform enemies, which, thankfully, are not as bad as the footholders. It is still a tough stage, and Junkman, well, while his pattern is predictable, he's very resilient, and his junk shield means he has a lot of invincibility frames, so it can be a tough fight. Getting through all his junk attacks and destroying him is no easy feat, which is why he's at number 55. This is yet another case where the Robot Master doesn't have any real intro, so... At number 54 is MKN-002, Punk from Mega Man 3 for the Game Boy and Mega Man 10. Punk is one of the 3 Mega Man killers that Dr. Wily created, well, to kill Mega Man. That's self-explanatory. His stage has a lot of different fake-outs with enemies from all over Mega Man 10. Yes, yet again, this is actually the special stage for Mega Man 10 and not the original stage for Mega Man 3 for the Game Boy. Besides the ladders, the areas that can trip you up the most is this one hallway with count bombs in it that quickly leads into another hallway with instant death spikes and seesaws going over them. And yet another hallway with these crusher blocks that like to pretend they're thwomps. It's a tricky stage but also a short one. Punk is the one you really gotta worry about. Because as predictable as he is, he's very good at faking you out. His Screw Crusher can actually trick you up if you aren't paying attention to it, as can his, well, his rush attack, for lack of a better word. If you aren't paying attention, you will get punked. Plus, he's very adorable, so the fight can drag out, putting Punk at number 54. At number 53 is DLN-065, Concrete Man from Mega Man 9. Concrete Man is a creation of Dr. Light that was built to oversee dam construction, but he was nearing his expiration date, and Wily decided to take advantage of that. I'm starting to wonder why all these robots were nearing their expiration date when they're so useful. Regardless, Concrete Man's stage, appropriately named the Concrete Jungle, has a lot of interesting enemies to watch out for. This includes the giant elephant mini-boss that tries to launch balls at you in an attempt to destroy you. There's also some clever obstacles like special blocks that you can actually fall through. There's also platforms that move up or down when you step on them, depending on where the arrow is pointing. The fight against Concrete Man is one of the toughest so far. He's big and durable and can rocket across the screen like a bulldozer, as well as toss concrete shots to freeze you. Not to mention, when he lands, it'll actually cause you to stumble if you're on the ground. The fight will last a while, and the pattern can get tricky to get down, putting Concrete Man at number 53. At number 52 is DWN-076, Chill Man from Mega Man 10. Chill Man is an Arctic observation robot who was designed to be able to stop glacial melting caused by global warming, and in fact even posts pictures of his job on the internet in order to raise awareness about the environment. Unfortunately, he got infected with the Roboenza virus, and you get the idea from there. This being the game's ice stage, there are ice blocks that shatter when you shoot them or step on them twice, as well as snowmen that actually throw their own heads. The ice blocks can make things frantic, as enemies are often found trapped behind them, and other enemies besides Mega Man can cause them to break. One of the final problems of the stage is the final stretch, with birds that launch rocket-powered eggs and spike stompers that can destroy the ice blocks, making it harder for you to navigate. Once you've gotten through all that to Chill Man, well, he's still not easy, but he's not the hardest. His Chill Spike can do significant damage, even though it's not instant death, and he can also corner you with his jumps. The trick is to shoot the spikes that he actually launches against the walls and deal damage to him. Not easy, because he's actually very durable. This puts Chill Man at the number 52 spot. At number 51 is DWN-045, Plant Man from Mega Man 6. Plant Man is a Brazilian robot who was created to look after a botanical garden. It became so popular he became the garden's mascot. After hearing about the first annual Robot Master Tournament, he modified himself for combat using a special shield. He was later captured and reprogrammed by Dr. Wily using the guise of Mr. X. Plant Man's stage has some very difficult spots in here. Well, except for this hallway that has nothing but security cameras, but still. There are some tough enemies like this Gorilla Tank mini-boss, as well as insect-like enemies like rhino beetles and grasshoppers. Perhaps the most difficult part is the final stretch, where you're bouncing across springs over pools of water that lead to bottomless pits, while cannons and fish and even jet beetles try to stop you. As for Plant Man, he's gonna be one of the most spastic robot masters we've seen so far. He uses his plant barrier to keep himself invincible for significant periods of time, and can also fire it off as a weapon. In addition, he is highly durable, so this fight can last for a good long while, putting Plant Man at number 51. We've reached the halfway point, and now things are spiraling downhill.
I'm spiraling! I'm spiraling! Thanks, Patrick. It's okay, Patrick. Spiraling over.
Well, regardless, Tier 6 is 6 video, so watch it.